Please don't leave. It's on shared services arrangements. By popular demand, we have heard you all that you all wanted to hear more information related to shared services arrangements. So we will provide that. What is a shared services arrangement, or what we call an SSA? Another term may be a consortium, but here in Texas, we say SSA. And that is an agreement between two or more school districts, an open enrollment charter school, and or ESC that provides services for all the entities involved. An SSA also is entities may desire to enter into an SSA for the performance and administration of a program in order to maximize the use of funds and services to be provided. The SSA members designate a fiscal agent to be ultimately responsible for conducting grant requirements and administrative duties. So in a nutshell, that is the definition of what a shared services arrangement is. There are responsibilities that fall between the fiscal agent and the member. But for the ESSA Consolidated Application, the fiscal agent is responsible for submitting the grant application on behalf of the membership. An LEA that is a member of an SSA is not responsible for completing the program schedule or budget for the applicable fund source. So an LEA may be part of a shared services arrangement for Title II only, but has all the other programs that they're wanting to apply for. Therefore, they will have to submit the application for those fund sources they're not a member for. But the fiscal agent will do the application on behalf of the entire membership. The fiscal agent also ensures that funds are used in accordance with grant provisions. Again, when the fiscal agent submits that application, they are adhering to the provisions assurances for each one of those programs. The fiscal agent also maintains all SSA financial and personnel records that are required by TEA in accordance with the financial accounting and reporting. And also, the fiscal agent manages the SSA in accordance with federal statute. The financial consequences for the fiscal agent, or the fiscal agent may also be responsible for financial consequences concerning the following: SSA instances of noncompliance, and then any SSA member unable to pay respective portions of misappropriate funds in question. Again, the word is fiscal, so the fiscal agent is responsible for any noncompliance issues that may occur. What is a written SSA agreement? We get this question a lot. How do we do an SSA agreement? Can you help us do an SSA agreement? But the SSA agreement is a formal agreement, and it is required, that defines the composite entity and describes the responsibility of its fiscal agent and each SSA member. The agreement will also have the responsibility for compliance belongs to the non-federal entity, being the fiscal agent receiving the subaward. The agreement must define the roles and responsibilities of the fiscal agent and the member, including the responsibility for policies and procedures. And the written agreement must be on file by the fiscal agent for audit and monitoring purposes. And all of those responsibilities that fall on the SSA member and that delineation between the fiscal agent and SSA members should be discussed between the LEA and whomever the fiscal agent is. Normally, fiscal agents are the ESCs, but we do have we do have some that may be independent LEAs as well. At a minimum, the SSA agreement should include the organization of the shared services arrangement, the ownership of assets, policies and procedures addressing disposition of assets if the SSA is terminated by one or all members, liabilities, including legal fees due to complaints, grievance, litigation, refund from on-site monitoring, audit, etc., basis for allocation of costs of the fiscal agent, and uncontrollable costs that impact the fiscal agent. The responsibilities of the designated fiscal agent at minimum are services to be provided to the members, employment of personnel, budgeting and accounting, and reporting. And then responsibilities for your members are employment of personnel, budgeting, and accounting, and also reporting. And we do get the question a lot, especially on the reporting side, on reports that are required for all LEAs, regardless if they are members of a shared service agreement. The prime example is the PR 6000, which is the Gun-Free Schools report. And that responsibility falls on the LEA unless there's something specified in your SSA agreement. But again, if you are a member of a shared service arrangement, the notice of grant award or the NOGA cannot be issued for to the fiscal agent until the entire membership has submitted the PR 6000 or the Gun-Free Schools report. This is a quick, just a schematic of how you can see the delineation between the responsibility of a fiscal agent and the responsibility of the member. Both the member and the fiscal agent have to complete the ADC. If you are the fiscal agent, the fiscal agents or the ESCs had opened, the ADC was available to the ESCs prior to the LEAs to ensure that they had submitted their ADC as a fiscal agent for their appropriate grants. That way, when the LEA elects to be part of an SSA, the ESC is already listed on the ADC dropdown. Now, make sure that if you are a member or even the fiscal agent, that you are aware of a member being part of your SSA. Those conversations should happen prior to the submission of the application. Also, with the application, the fiscal agent will submit the ESSA Consolidated Application on behalf of the membership. This is where the fiscal agent can go to the BS 6001, which is the budget schedule, and click on that button that says view membership, view SSA, and that will list all the members of the shared service arrangement for the respective program that they are fiscal agents for. The use of funds, both the fiscal agent and member are responsible for those. It just depends on what it says on the SSA agreement. The maintenance of financial and personnel records, again, fiscal agent and member. Financial compliance, both fiscal agent and member. Program compliance, both fiscal agent and member. And on the program compliance, if a district is selected for, has been selected for random validation, we look at those regardless if a district is a member of a shared services agreement, services arrangement. We will ask for those documentation from that member, and that would have to be a discussion between the member and the fiscal agent to come up with those documentation. Then the SSA agreement, that is the responsibility of the fiscal agent, also the responsibility of fiscal agent to maintain those documentation. Now, management of SSAs on the E-grant application, this is where you will designate yourself as a fiscal agent, or for the purposes of LEAs, whether or not they elect to be part of a shared services arrangement. They will say for the respective program that they want to be a member of a shared services arrangement. Then you will have the drop down where you will have to select your who your fiscal agent is. Then you will certify and submit your ADC, and that means that the agreements have been formed between yourself, a member, and the fiscal agent, and the SSA must remain in effect for the duration of the project period. So you can't go in and out of the shared service arrangement during the project period. You know, I did say this earlier, the SC 3099, which is a schedule that sits outside of the grant application. You will find it on the eGrants under special collections, and it will only be listed for LEAs who have indicated on their ADC that they are part of a shared services arrangement for all programs. Then this special collection will be available for the LEA or the member to complete for those programs that they are part of shared services arrangement, or that they have said they're going to apply for as a shared services arrangement. Again, it's the same date as the application. It opens on eGrants on May 20th with a due date of September 3rd. The questions are the same as what Lenitra went through when she did the PS 3099, which is within the eGrants application or within the ESSA Consolidated Application. So it would just only the programs that you have indicated you're going to apply for will be available for you to complete. And that is it. Thank you.
So that concludes today's training. Again, thank you to all the TEA staff that participated and provided the training. Thank you to all of you that took the time, long time out of your day to be a part of, or to learn and to join us with this training. We do have, again, like I said, we have a feedback form. So if you could please complete the feedback form, we'd appreciate it. And thank you again for all you do for the students and families that you serve every day. You truly make a difference. The video recording will be posted on the Grants Administration Resources webpage. And so we look forward to seeing you at our next training. Thank you.